Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome to another edition of ISGP Talk. Today I'm joined by Blowskiol, Lucas Bolton, RCB Fan, whatever you want to call him. He goes by many names, and welcome to the show.
Hello Andrew, I'm happy to be here as a long-term subscriber.
I know, you have been
ISGP
around, you've been around for a very long time, but this is your first tournament ever after watching them for almost 10 years on and off, being around, it's just incredible. So how does it feel to be in your first tournament, and how do you think you went in your first tournament as well?
I don't think I did too badly. I got a lot more wins than I expected, and I really enjoyed myself. People have been great. During lockdown, I couldn't have thought of anything better to do than be a part of this tournament, to be honest.
I think that's right, isn't it? Everyone, for the most part, most people are either working a little bit or at home, working from home, whatever. So I think, as I said before, it's been a great distraction, but it's sort of the perfect time to do a tournament. And you were one of the first. You were actually the first person to get all of your races done.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts? Just get them done quickly, or you were just so raring to go that you just wanted to race? I can totally relate to that.
Really raring to go. Yeah. I was really raring to go. It was all it was all I was thinking about was just racing everyone.
And that's the thing. I think because it had been your first tournament, you're just like, I have to do this. It's going to be so much fun. And I can totally relate to that. I mean, I remember back in the day, with the IAS tournaments, I used to try and get my races done as quick as I possibly could. But I think that you had a similar thing to me, where in doing that, it kind of, you don't prepare quite as much as you normally would, and you kind of make mistakes where you wouldn't normally make them and stuff like that.
That's right, yeah.
But I honestly, go ahead.
I did a lot of unpracticed runs as well, so that was kind of part of it too.
Yeah, it's good, and I think that for a first tournament, I think you did a fantastic job. So you were obviously in Group C with me. What are your thoughts on Group C?
Group C's a very good group, and I kind of split in the middle. I think you have your easy competitors and your quite difficult ones like Charmed Sky, and I would say yourself. And Luke, obviously.
Yeah, Luke is unbelievable. Yeah.
I think it's a very, very good group, probably the most varied group, I would say, in this tournament.
I agree. I think that in terms of difficulty, it's not like every single person is unbeatable. Definitely, I'd say almost everyone except for Luke is beatable. Luke is also beatable, but you've got to be at quite a high level. But I'd say that, realistically, towards the top half of the table, almost everyone bar Luke can possibly get races if you can catch them off guard, or you can make mistakes and stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah. I was 25 minutes behind him. That was something.
Yeah. I haven't actually raced him as of the recording of this, but I could see myself, ending up in the same position as you there. But no. And what about Groups A, B, and D? Have you been following stuff? Have you been following those races and stuff like that? Yeah,
Group A's, Group A's been quite a strange one, because it's quite an easy group from what I could see. But the people in it are really nice. Group E, Spyro jammed it, so obviously quite a big fan of that.
Big fan, old school. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Group B, I think, has been kind of the revelation of. I don't think people expected it to be just that competitive.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Guys like Daniel Davidson and stuff.
Very competitive. It's got I think Adam Gladiators in that group as well.
He's been doing very well. Yeah, and Toto, of course, Toto did handicap himself for his first race or so, and he's actually still handicapping himself in terms of people are only telling him the goal right before they race. So I kind of find that pretty entertaining. But yeah, I really do like what they're doing, what he's done there. But no, Group B is also fantastic, and then Group D.
Group D. Yeah, so that's Ratchet's group. Yeah,
Yep.
that one's getting there. Like that one's actually building up in difficulty. I think actually, yeah, because
Sort of started to heat up.
yeah, Desert Monkeys, in that one as well, and he's been doing very well. And yeah, like I think Dante's in that one too. And, yeah, like I'm really enjoying that. I think that's building up quite a bit. That one, Group D.
I agree. I think that what's going to happen with Group D is the way that we're uploading them and the way that the runs are being completed. I think what's going to happen is we're definitely going to see towards the end there really to be a race for the first to fourth, because everyone again, that's another classic example of everyone is beatable. Everyone can be beat in that group, even more so than C, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Are there any people in the other groups that you would actually be interested in facing?
That's probably a Cola Pro or something like that, because I think I would learn a lot from racing them. Actually, yeah, they seem to know their stuff.
Yeah, I think Group B, in terms of just like pure knowledge of like, and also variety of runs too, I think they've been fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And so what would you say so far would be some of your favorite races, either to be a competitor or just watching?
Yeah, so my favorite race that I had done was probably the one against Fraser, because that was a total
I love that one too.
Manic. It was so much fun to be commentating in that one. Yeah,
that was fantastic. I agree.
Watching back at that one, like I could see myself getting frustrated at the amount of times that Fraser would contradict himself with how many orbs he had.
yeah, and he got very close.
And I like that.
Yeah, but the thing is that we all thought that he had like 8 orbs. Like he did actually tell the truth a couple times, and we just didn't believe him, basically.
Yeah, like he played on that, I think, definitely.
Yeah, because we could not believe that he would be like in front at all, basically. And yeah, he the ruse was up on us. But no, that's good. And any other ones?
Probably the one Spyro Jam vs Cola Pro, like that was great. That was great banter, that one.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of them. I mean, you've seen a lot of the original ISGP, so I'm sure you're aware of like the fact that a lot of the fun of it is just the calls. People just talking shit, people just having fun. I absolutely love that as well.
Memes, the banter, but
we're all waiting for that highlights. We're all waiting for that round 1 highlights video, which when round 1 is done. Now, I wanted to also ask you about, because people are probably wondering, what is Lucas wearing? What is he wearing? And that leads into a bigger question, because I know that you used to be called Blowskiol, that was a username, but now you have this addendum added to your name, RCB Fan.
Yeah.
What is RCB? People are wondering, what is RCB? You got to tell us.
So it is the famous British comedian RCB Brown, who's one of the bluest comedians in the world, and I just like for the past since I was a kid, I actually knew about him. I was a fan when I was a kid, but I got back into the comedian in a big way a couple of years ago. I've been following him on the road, I've been to 15 shows across the country. 2 years, so yeah, and he's a gentleman off the stage. He's a vulgar man on the stage. I just love the two. Yeah. You like
the difference between what he says and what he's like in real life. That kind of gap. Yeah, no, I can relate to that. And is it the humor that you like? Is it just like the fact that he just gives no fucks and he's just sort of like, I'll say what I want.
Fucks, and he's got his humor, he's constantly writing stuff, constantly changing, and got this wee.
Oh, awesome, yeah. I was waiting for that.
There's a picture there.
You've got a few photos of him. I know that's your thing. Go take photos. Does he charge for the photos?
Some of it goes to charity. He doesn't charge me for them personally, but yeah.
Because at this point, he would know you, right? Like he would literally know you by name if you've been to that many shows.
Yeah.
Feels like me with Soichi Terada, who's a Japanese. I have to say it in Japanese. I can't say Soichi Terada because it just makes me cringe because that's not the Japanese name. But yeah, I've met him like. I've been to like maybe 5 or 6 of his shows now, and I've met him like 4 or 5 times. I've had him on Facebook, and I kind of can relate to that whole like, you see someone and then they recognize you, and it's kind of like, oh wow, like, they know who I am.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And yeah, I was going to say, I'm just trying to think of it. I had one other question I was going to ask. Do you think, actually, this is the one. Do you think we will see you in future tournaments? Are you interested in continuing competing, continuing to get better, and whatnot? Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I want to join more tournaments. Yeah.
I think that'd be. Oh, go ahead.
No, to what we were talking about earlier on, like I actually was like, actually finally be able to talk to you and Alan calls has kind of left me kind of starstruck as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You've now been around for long enough that it's the nerves have worn off, so to speak. I'm sure.
Definitely,
Somewhat. That's great. I mean, because you've also, you've followed. You were following Al first, weren't you? You were following Al Malloy, right? Technically, so it was him first, and then a couple other people around our community.
I think, about 2011 or something like that. Yeah.
Is there any reason why you waited so long to join the tournaments?
I don't think I knew you could actually join them, to be honest.
Closed off. Yeah.
I would slip through the cracks a bit, probably was the issue. Yeah.
I mean that happens.
I'd known I would have joined along.
That's the thing. Because as well is that once you have the community established, and like a lot of the same people would join, year on year on year. What would happen is, I think people maybe would be a bit intimidated as well. They're like, oh, everyone already knows each other. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I don't need to, sign up or whatever as well.
Yeah. So when it came to I don't know, like being involved in the tournaments, like it was really a decision of should I upgrade, get my technology to be running exactly as everybody else's, because I was worried that I wouldn't have the technology for it. Yeah,
of course. I just realized as well before I wrap up, I noticed in the background. You've got the King of Spyro style shirt. I can just see it in there. I can see it there. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's an unofficial plug for the merch store. What a legend. You'd love to see it. Yeah. Thank you, Lucas. Good stuff.
Amazing. Thanks, Andrew, for having me on.
No, of course. It's been my pleasure. And yes, we're going to see plenty more of you. I know there's going to be plenty more tournaments. Even if there is no more lockdown, even if there is no more COVID-19, there definitely will be more speedrun tournaments and you in them. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucas. And yes, we will speak soon. Thank you guys for watching. And it's been a pleasure. Goodbye.